Nee, mag een beetje zo. Ja, ik denk dat ik nog wat meer naar achter moet. Misschien mag die wel naar voren. Oh. Hi, everyone. I was chatting with you just now. I'm seeing who else comes in. Hey, Ruth from Zurich, and Chris, and Nadia. So thank you all for being back. Always happy to be here with you. And I'll be here again Monday, and then a few other Eckhart Yoga teachers also want to give live classes. So there I go, and I'm actually finding it hard to let go because I love being with you. But it's nice to get different inputs because yeah, you learn different things that way. So I'll be here every Monday anyway. So and any kind of holes that need to be filled up if someone can't make it or anything like that out there. So there's always someone going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm always Monday, and the Wednesdays and Fridays nobody else takes. I'll be there. So today, I was thinking of following on from Monday a little bit and maybe explain a little bit more as well. So what we were doing was we were first breathing to wake up the vagus nerve, or to tone the vagus nerve, which is involved in keeping us relaxed and emotionally healthy, if you like. And then we were going through the defense parts of the nervous system to the part of the nervous system, or the function of the nervous system that makes us actually feel good and relaxed and present and curious and connected. So what we did, we were first going through fight. So we were working with the upper body to loosen it out, because the upper body, you can imagine, is involved in fighting. Then we went through flight. It's the lower body, of course, when we have to run. It's the lower body that gets the work. So that's where the stress goes in. And then we went through freeze. This is the part of the nervous system that if the fighting doesn't work, we start fleeing, we run. If the fighting and the running don't work because we can't, or it's actually dangerous to fight or run, then we play that. And that is, of course, the extreme. And the steps before playing that is where you stop feeling, you're numbing yourself out, you just want to disappear, basically. So it's that part of yourself that you just go inward and you dissociate, and you try not to be there for whatever's going on in your life at the moment. That's hard. So the reason we actually go through that order is because they activate in that order. You first fight, then you flee, then you run, and then you zone out, you numb yourself, you dissociate, you stop feeling. So that's also how we're going to work our body at the moment. We start with the upper body, we move on to the lower body for the fleeing, and then we move for the freezing. It's more the spine and around this, the diaphragm and the belly. That's where you kind of freeze, where everything locks. And then we move to the ventral vagal part of the nervous system, which is the part that activates when we feel connected and safe, because that's eventually what the nervous system does. It just is constantly on the lookout. Am I safe? Am I in danger? Am I safe? Am I in danger? And it acts on that. So when it's safe, or when we have released the fighting energy in the upper body, the flighting energy in the lower body, the freezing energy in the mid body, you could say the spine, and then we are ready to start connecting again with ourselves, with life, with others. So then we start to activate this area, because the ventral vagal energy has to do with connection. So you're thinking eyes, you connect with your eyes, you connect with your voice, you connect with your mouth, your throat, you talk. So that's so then we'll activate that part. And again, we'll take a little moment to sit while we have relaxed ourselves that way. And I think it's just really useful to learn this, so you can start also to begin to see what your body does. Like the fighting can be quite obvious, like when you're really angry and you just want to go against it. The fleeing can be obvious, you just want to run away from it. The freezing sometimes is less obvious, because freezing can also, when we sort of turn away from things and we go a little bit in the dissociation, or we dissociate, or we stop feeling. It can also be seen as almost a spiritual state where we are just okay with everything. But that's not quite the same, because when we're okay with everything, we're actually fully present and we feel a lot, and we are alive and happy and curious and there. So if you are in a state where you think, I'm okay, I don't feel so much, I'm managing all of it, but you don't actually feel much, that is probably a state of freeze. So I just want you to be aware of that, because it's basically when you start to push things down, and you have to remember, when you push one thing down, you push a whole lot of things down. So it's not just the emotion of, for example, of fear that you're pushing down, you then also push the emotion of happiness down. You can't just push one emotion down, everything numbs. So, and I think this time in our lives asks us to show up, and you can do it. You've got the tools. We all have the tools, and we can find the tools. There's plenty of teachers out there like me, other teachers, teaching what works for you. And it's always the question to ask, what works for me, to bring you out of the fight, the flight, the freeze, into a connected state in which we can deal with whatever is going on. So it's not that suddenly everything is okay, but we are okay inside. So again, like what I was saying Monday, there is the stressor or the situation or the trigger of any kind of reaction of the nervous system. Then there is the actual response or reaction, and in between is you, the organism. In between is the nervous system deciding how to deal with that and dealing with that. And in between there is also you being able to counteract what the nervous system does. So if it reacts with fight or flight, and none of it is wrong, it's more seeing that when it's reacted with fight or flight or freeze, and actually the situation doesn't need it, then you just want to come out of it. You just want to then come out of it. Otherwise, you keep all those upsetting emotions, all that stress, all that adrenaline, all that freezing or non-feeling stuff with you for longer than necessary. And of course, that hurts your body and your mind. So that's it. That's really, it's just such a good time to begin to understand how your system works and begin to be able to intervene with that, to consciously choose what you're doing once you are in a safe space, of course. Sometimes what the nervous system does is needed, but it's just those moments when it's not needed anymore, come out and come back to ventral vagal, come back to a state of connection and curiosity and feeling present and alive. Okay, so let's do this. Let's start again with the breath, where we make a little bit of sound, because we know, I hope you're still hearing me, because I had a little something happening in my ear, but I think it's okay. We make a sound on the out breath, like it's a sound of relief, it's a sigh of relief, and that already begins to release the body and also tone the vagal nerve. Yeah, my husband says it's fine. So there we go. You can also lie down if you prefer. You can lie on your back, or you can sit up like me. You can sit on a chair. Just make yourself comfortable. See if you can sit a little bit upright, or if you're lying down, of course, relax. And then take a deeper breath in. And a little bit of a sigh of relief. Few breaths like that. And perhaps you also want to place your hands on the lower ribs and see if you can breathe 360 degrees, front, sides, back with your breath. And that sigh of relief. And make a sound if you can, if you're in a place where you can, because this actually does something for you. Inhale. Okay, two more. And last one. Okay, and then we start with the part of the body that fights. So that's the upper body. So you can spread out your fingers, because fighting is fists. So we release that energy of fighting. You can a couple of times just pull them in and spread them out. My fingers look humongous. I can never see myself except for now because there's a computer in front of me instead of a camera. Anyway, back to the task. So get rid of that fighting energy. And now spread them out and imagine it leaving your body through your arms, through your fingers, through the palms of the hands. And also open your eyes for a moment and see that where you are right now, you are safe, I assume. So see that you're safe so that you can give permission for anything that's still lingering to go. And then start to rotate your wrists, your hands both ways. And again, deep in breath and an out breath. Deep in breath and an out breath. And then shake out those arms. Shake them out. And then also move the shoulders. So you just kind of move the shoulders back and forth. And move the shoulders forward. Just to, and then kind of turn a little bit. Just sort of reaching with an arm. Just to release the tension between the shoulder blades. And you can do this standing. For me at the moment, not so easy with the setup. This will change soon. But this is kind of nice to do standing too. Okay, good. And then come back for a moment. Take a moment to feel. And already something has changed, of course, because we've moved. And then just move your head from side to side a few times. And then I'd like to get a little bit more into the upper body and you can start to move. This is done seated. Again, you can also do it standing. It's kind of moving the rib cage around the hips. You can also sit on your knees. You can do this sitting on a chair. So these kind of things we can all do. It don't need to be a seasoned yogi. Yoga should be functional anyway, especially in this time. Moving around. Okay. Wonderful. And then come back to center and inhale, take your arms out and up, root through the ground as you lift your arms. Feel that rooting and exhaling. Also root as you bring your arms down, but also lengthen. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Inhale, arms up sidewards, root down as you lift. And exhale, feel the length as you lower. And then keep that length, twist to the right. And twist without using your arms for now. Twist, 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 hold. And stay here now. You can place your hands down. Don't pull yourself deeper into the pose. Stay where you can naturally be without help of the hands. And then turn your head over your right shoulder and take your eyes all the way to the right. So we're already starting to release. And when you take your eyes consciously to the right corners of the eyes, keep them there. And see if you can begin to feel a release in the body. Maybe you've got a particular story in mind that you want to let go of. It's fine. This can really help. Okay, inhale, come back to center. And then twist to the other side. Again, without help of the hands first. Sort of stay here for a moment, feeling where you can be in your own strength in the twist. Then place the hands down. Don't pull yourself deeper. Just be here in your own strength. Keep your core a little engaged. And then take your head over to the left. And take your eyes all the way to the left corners of the eyes now. Strongly keep them there. And stay and breathe. So connect to your eyes, to the left corners of the eyes. Eye sockets, connect to your breath. You can take one of those deeper in-breaths and a little sound on the out-breath. Keep your eyes where they are. Let the story unwind in the body, in the mind, in the system. And come back. Okay. Wonderful. Then we place the left hand out to the side and bring the right arm up. And just come into a side bend. And you can kind of come in and out a little bit. You can just come in and out. Just really gently opening the right side of the body. And also taking your arm back and forward and back and forward. To sort of move around the shoulder, the whole fascia around the upper body. Be quite open and feel free to just do that. Okay, and then we just for a moment come up, and then you take your head to the left, extend your right arm out, so we stay on the same side, and you just have a neck stretch. You can place your left hand on your side of your head for a little bit extra, but you don't have to do that. For me, I feel stretched enough, so I don't really pull at all. It's just there. Okay, let me do the other side. So now your right hand comes out, and you come into that side bend on the left, and you just come in and out for a few times. And then start moving a little bit more open with that arm. You can move any sort of way that feels good to sort of get into the fascia around the left upper body. All right, and then come back up. Bring the left hand down, walk the left hand away, and take the right ear to the right shoulder. And maybe your right hand on the side of the head. So just stretch the neck on the left side now. Relax your jaw. Okay, come back. Wonderful. So this is pretty good for the upper body. So I just want you to just tune in for a moment. Close your eyes. Go inside. And see your upper body light and free. Maybe even empty. And say to yourself, it's okay to release the fighting energy in my body into the earth underneath me. The earth is neutral, it knows what to do. So release all that fighting energy down. I am safe right now. Feel if there's anything in your belly holding on. Can you let that go? I am safe right now. And if you need to open your eyes to see that, do that. That can be helpful. And then we move on to the lower body. So first of all, you can come and sit with your knees in front of you, with your feet in front of you and your knees bent. You place your hands behind you. You're just going to let the knees fall from one side to the other side. So we're starting with the hips and the legs a little bit to release that. And you can also play a little bit with the difference between having the feet together and what that's like for the body, or having the feet quite wide apart. So there's one leg that is internally and the other leg that's externally rotating. Nice. And then you can kind of come and lie down for a moment and extend your legs up and just rotate the feet. And the other direction. Yeah, it's the zooming out of the camera. And then shake out the legs and the feet. So it's like jelly. Legs and the feet are like jelly. And then we keep continuing with that jelliness. You can place your feet down so the knees are bent. And the same jelliness, you just shake out your calves and your thigh muscles. Shake them out. So this is how we release the fleeing energy in the body, the flight energy. So consciously see your legs becoming relaxed. It's like maybe before this, you see them more like tightness, like something tight, like ropes or whatever, and now, or ice, and now it melts into steam or water. And then shake out the hips a little bit, the legs, begin also to shake the belly a bit. And maybe your shoulders want to move like that as well. So one shoulder lift, the other one down, so that all of it shakes out. Okay. And then lift your hips a little bit, just a little, and shake the hips out here. So we'll do a different kind of shaking on the floor than standing. This is also quite nice because there's more of a softness and relaxation into it because we're working with the nervous system. Okay, come down. Take a moment to lie still and feel. You can come into a happy baby pose for a moment. So bring the knees to the side, hold on to the feet. Opening the hips, the belly. If you feel, stay with how you feel. Maybe your body begins to become alive. Another deeper breath in. And exhale like that. And one more. And relax back. And now, feeling the earth underneath you, say to yourself, I am releasing all the fleeing energy in my body, all the flight energy in my body. There is no need to run from anything right now. I can be with the present moment. I can be with this moment. I can be with myself. Maybe there was a time where it wasn't safe to be in the moment or to be with myself, but right now I can. Very good. Okay. And then I'd like you to place your hands on your lower ribs and press, your thumbs can be out to the side like that, and press a little into the ribs as you breathe in to expand against your hands. You don't apply a lot of pressure, just very gentle. So you just have something to breathe into. And exhale through the mouth. Let's do that again. Exhale. One more time. Exhale. And then I'd like you to, with your fingertips, tap in the upper belly, just underneath those ribs, the bow of the ribs. So we tap a little the fascia around the diaphragm. Tap also the lower belly, the sides, the stomach, with the intention to release any freezing energy now, the freezing energy in that part of the body. Okay. And for the next part, we're going to actually come back to a seated position. So you can come back up and sit. And to release a little more of the freeze, we're going to move the spine. So you're just going to come and cat-cow in a seated position. You can, if seated position doesn't work so well for you, you can do this on all fours. So inhaling and exhaling, rounding, sitting back a little bit. Keep going. And you may want to turn your breathing around. You just want to breathe naturally. Don't think about the breath and just feel your spine moving between extension and flexion. You can also place your hands on your shoulders, and as you're exhaling and you're rounding, you're bringing the elbows together. Maybe you do this on the inhalation. Play around with it and inhaling, opening up, or exhaling. Let it happen naturally. Whatever happens for you is right. Maybe you don't notice the breath. You're focusing on the movement instead. Okay. And release. And then close your eyes for a moment. Close your eyes for a moment and tune in. Tell yourself, it's okay to begin to feel again. It's okay to release any freezing energy, any numbness that I don't need anymore for my survival. I'm happy to release that back into the earth, into the neutral earth. So that the energy can begin to flow again and I am safe to feel life, myself, the connection with myself and others and life. One more deep breath. And on the out breath, give permission for any stuckness to go. Let's do that again. Deep breath. Okay, wonderful. And then we're going to do the fun part where we're going to activate the ventral vagal energy. So now we're going to go into the connection. It gets very dark. What's going on? Is it okay? Yeah. Okay. So we are first of all going to squeeze our face, and I'm going to sit up so that you can look at me and see me do it, and then also have a little bit of fun with that. But hopefully for this one, you've got your eyes closed. So squeeze your eyes and scrunch your face up, and then relax. Let's do that again. So this is the part of the nervous system that's supposed to bring back connection and a feelingness of warmth and curiosity in life and presence. So let's squeeze the face up again. And relax. And one more time. And relax. And then I'd like you to open your mouth out wide and stick your tongue out. And relax. Open your mouth out wide, stick your tongue out, and make a sound. Inhale. A little bit of a lion's breath. Let's do that again. Inhale. Okay, good. And then the fake smile or the real smile. If you look at me, it might make you smile because I'm going to do a big fake one. So inhale. Just to get the shape of the face there. Hold that fake smile and release. Good. You might already feel a real one. Just beginning and relax. And it actually feels good after one or two fake ones. It begins to actually feel good. And let go. Just come to your ears and the middle of your ears. So not the outer ears, but really in the middle of your head with your attention. And just let sounds come to you. Like the sound of my voice. And we're going to hum. And humming, again, has that effect on the vagus nerve. But also humming and making a sound brings you into that ventral vagal energy. So it's useful, it's functional. So you can hum with me if you like. So, inhale. You can move a little from side to side as you hum. And let that sound come to you with that middle ear. Inhale. And we can do one Om together if you like. Exhale and let that Om, that sort of vibration, come all the way deep into the body. So feel that in the body. It's not about the sound, it's about the vibration, the effect it has on your body. So let's inhale together. And relax. Relax all the facial muscles, your eyes, your ears. That soft smile is there. And feel the body being free from the fight, flight, freeze energy, or as much as possible. Aware of the spaciousness that's created because of that. the lightness, and perhaps also aware of the warmth of the fact that we're connected again with ourselves. And through ourselves, when we connect with ourselves, we can connect with life again, with what is around us and with others. So perhaps I can hear birds in the background. Perhaps you hear some form of life coming in. And let it come to you. Don't go out looking for it. Just let it come. Just be calm and steady in the midst of what comes to you. And then bring your attention to your heart and feel perhaps the warmth in your heart, the feeling of connection. And realize that you are not alone. We are with more than 100 people, almost 150. All of us now, right now, tuning into our heart. And from the heart, realizing we're there together. All looking to come out of the fight, flight, and freeze, to come into the present. Being open, feeling connected and curious and warm. So that we can be that calm person, that connected person, that loving person, compassionate person in the midst of what's going on around you. And as Jack Cornfields keeps reminding me of in his newsletters or whatever he does, it's always back to the boats of the refugees. He talks about the Vietnamese refugees when they were on boats. It only takes one person in the midst of chaos to be calm and steady for all of the people around to not panic and for disasters not to have to happen. And we need a lot of those calm people right now because there's many boats in many areas of the world that we need calm and steady calm and steady nervous systems, because nervous systems talk to each other. So when one nervous system is in ventral vagal energy, the energy of presence and connectedness, curiosity and groundedness, it talks and influences those that are not. And they can begin to co-regulate and tune in to that nervous system that's steady. So please decide for yourselves that you want to be that person, that steady person in the midst of the storm, so that you can be there for the people around you. And this is what we're hopefully doing when we practice. We steady ourselves, for the world, and for each other. So feel your heart. Feel your hands. You may feel energy in the palms of your hands. Feel the soles of your feet. You may feel energy in the soles of your feet. And know we are in it together. There is no such thing as separation. We are all made of one energy. Beyond our name, our form, our function. We are life itself. All of us expressions of that life, that same life. And that will always be, even when the name, the function, and the form disappears. We're okay. We can be with this. We can be with life because we are life. So open your heart to each other, to the world. May all of us be happy. May we all beings everywhere, our circle, but also all beings everywhere, without exception, be happy. Learn to come to relaxation. Learn to be present to what we feel and what's going on. We can be with it. Learn to show up for life so that we can respond consciously and compassionately to what's going on. May all beings everywhere be happy, peaceful, and become free of suffering. Bring your attention back to your heart, and from your heart, feel into your whole body. With gentleness. You can place your hands on your heart as a sign of gratitude for life, for our little Sangha, our little community. Okay, and you can open your eyes when you're ready. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for this session. I always enjoy being with you, and I hope it's helpful. And please, underneath the video itself, there is a class that I recommend doing on the website, just to keep yourself in this space. It repeats some strength work, some quiet work, some meditation. And for those of you who are not members, there's also a free offering in the description somewhere, so you can pick a class from there. And I'll be back Monday, so do something over the weekend to keep yourself connected. And please, if there's any requests, maybe you can place the comment under the video when this live stream stops. You can leave a comment, and I can respond to that on Monday if you need anything specific. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm super grateful, and I'll see you back on Monday. No. Bye, everyone.